Hey guys, it's your girl Steffi, and today we will be talking about this digital fashion piece I created for Dell, and also how we created a commercial and filmed it based off this design and arts that I created. When I first got this project, I had no idea how big of a project it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be creating an animation for them, but no, it turned out to be a full-blown commercial shoot, which I'm excited to share with you guys. And yeah, let's get started. So let's talk about the design of the actual animated piece that I created for them. The theme was Enter Your Universe. I wanted to create a portal to my piece, as if you were entering the digital fashion realm. As always, the style for my clothing is always a combination between streetwear and traditional Chinese fashion. I always start off my projects with a mood board and sketch, and this is so that I can visualize my ideas quickly and also show the client my vision. Then we start building the garments within Clo 3D, and sewing is the best part. It is so satisfying to see the parts come together. Afterwards, we simulate the garments onto the avatar's motion, and we make sure that all the simulation, all the garments is moving as it should be. And I mean, look at that walk, look at that strut. Then we can move on to texturing, which is my favorite part in 3D. This is the part where I really get to customize and show a lot of my own style, create my own textures, but also just there's a lot of power in art directing on what color palettes I should use or what patterns should be used. So yes, it is a whole lot of fun. To me, it's almost like drawing in a sketch pad or in a coloring book, but only on my 3D model. I also decided to animate some graphics onto the digital garment because it's digital, right? I thought, let's do something animated. Like, you can't have that in real life. You can't have like an animated texture moving across the body unless you got, I don't know, like an LED screen, LED lights situation happening. But yeah, I wanted to bring an extra element to the piece. After all the texturing was done, then we finally put it into Cinema 4D, and this is where we bring in, of course, the avatar and the garments and the textures, and we bring it all together and then put it in a 3D environment to tell a greater story. I mentioned earlier that I really wanted to create a portal world for my piece, and that was what I was going to create in this 3D environment. Almost like the feeling you just walked into a new world. And this is the final piece. So once the animation was finished, the digital fashion piece was done, we then moved on to the actual shoot. So I was flown to Bulgaria actually to do the shoot, and I've been to Bulgaria before but never to do a shoot. So I had no expectations on what to expect during a commercial shoot. And on the first day we had a fitting session, and I remember just getting changed out of multiple different outfits, and the clients and the stylist would choose the best outfit for the shoot that would be happening for the photo shoot and also for the TV commercial. I also had my nails done over there, and the reason why is because a lot of my hands and fingers were going to be shown in the shoot. I mean, I don't have any on now, but I did have some for the actual TV commercial and for the photo shoot as well. The reason being is because although I was doing this project for Dell and the theme was Enter Your Universe, I was also using and creating all my animations on the Dell XPS 15. So we had to show off the laptop, of course, and of course, if they wanted to show it off, they need my hands looking nice. And that was something I wasn't really expecting because, of course, the first shoot I had no expectations. But I found it fascinating that the attention to detail that they had of course, what I was wearing, I suppose my makeup, and also what was on my hands, the attention to detail was, they had people who their job was to look after all these different details that I was going to be showing on this shoot. So after I got my nails done and the fittings done, it was time to move on to the photo shoot. I guess I could say I felt quite awkward at first because imagine in the photo shoot you got the photographer. She was lovely, she was great at giving directions and encouragement, but there was also at least 30 other people just watching you. Of course there was the lighting assistant, there was of course the makeup, artists and, you know, many other people who are on the set and their job is to look after the set or whatnot, but they're all just watching you. And I'm like, like, I may look confident in these videos that you guys are seeing, but, you know, at the beginning I felt quite awkward. But, you know, thanks to the team, they were lovely, and I warmed up after an hour or so. This was also a day where I have never posed so much in my life. I've never posed this much in my life. It was literally a whole day full of shooting, and of course we had breaks. We actually had lots of breaks because we had different sets to go to, but we tried so many different poses actually, which for me was a challenge because I've never had to try so many different poses in such a short time, which I give props to people who do this as a day-to-day job for sure. But yeah, I hope I pulled it off, and I think I did, but you know, it was also thanks to the lovely team who were directing me on what to do and where to look and what kind of expression to make. I think the hardest thing during this day was definitely keeping up the energy levels and giving the right expressions that they needed for this shoot. And the funny thing is, although we took like hundreds of photos that day, only a few were chosen in the end. So it's very interesting to see the actual, I suppose, the curation of what is chosen at the end. So yes, we tried many different poses, but the highlight of this day was wearing a bodysuit. And I told the staff there, I was like, I look like a turkey. You know, if I just put my arms like this, I look like a turkey. But yeah, we wore this bodysuit because the idea is that they were going to overlay my digital outfit that I made in my animated piece on top of my body, on top of this bodysuit, and it would be shown through this digital fashion realm which I created in my animated piece. And yeah, I felt like a turkey, but I also felt like a Power Ranger. And here are some of the results. Honestly, they did such a wonderful job with overlaying the digital garment on top of my bodysuit. But also I have huge admiration for how the actual photo shoot went with the creative vision. I know those guys must have planned it for months and months, and finally the photo shoot day came and it all just, you know, everything came together on that day and the end result looks freaking amazing. So that was the photo shoot, and we wrapped it up on that day, and then the next day was for the TV commercial. I remember waking up super early that day and just to get, of course, hair, makeup, outfit done, ready, and of course the guys on the sets, they were making sure that the sets were built. Actually, they were built from scratch, which was insane. There was, a lot of people building the sets, taking it apart, moving stuff, doing the lighting, doing the sound. It was just very interesting for me to see, as it was my first time on shoot. I also got to meet the director, and he guided me through the storyboard so that I knew what to do on the day and what was needed from my side. I can say for sure I am not a great actress. I'm not a great actress. I've never really tried acting, but with this, of course, I had to act in some ways. So yes, it's a first time for many, first time for me to do this, which is very interesting. So yeah, in the commercial you can look out for my subpar acting, and hopefully I've brought across the feeling that I am a confident, creative person in this field. Once the set was ready, we then started filming, and of course the first set was beautiful. It was meant to be my home office, which I wish my home office looked as cool as this one. And in the background you can see this huge LED screen, which is massive. It is this LED screen which they also use in The Mandalorian, which I was like, whoa, that's cool. That is very cool technology these days. So yeah, I was very impressed by that. And also the fascinating thing about this LED screen is if you move the camera closer or further away, it would also track on that screen. There were things to track on the ceiling, and it would move the actual 3D scene that they created, and it was just smart. So smart. It saves time in post-production and VFX. So I was just amazed to see a screen that big and of that capacity and of that quality, and I was like, whoa, this is damn cool. And of course we managed to find some time to film a TikTok. I mean, why not? Then we had to change the sets to a new scene. And this was some time for me to rest actually, because I think it took about 2 hours to actually change the sets, or maybe 3, I'm not sure. But I got some time to rest, which I was very thankful because I woke up super early that day. And I had my own trailer, which I was like, whoa, I'm getting the superstar treatment here, which honestly, that trailer was so nice. I've never been in a trailer, but that first trailer that I've been in, nice. It was very comfy inside, so I got to rest in there. And then once they were ready, then we headed to our next set. This set was like a surreal world that my digital fashion clothes will live in. And it also gives this kind of dreamy feeling, like you're on holiday, but then it's not real, and then it's like got this kind of sci-fi vibes as well, and just very surreal. And yeah, very surreal, I would say. And a lot of the times I looked like this because where we filmed was in a warehouse, and it was snowing outside. I think it was like March or something, but in Bulgaria it was snowing, it was cold. So yeah, I was thankful that they had a hot water bottle and like this really fluffy blanket to put over me, because without that I would have been freezing. And then we started filming, and the highlights of the shoot was definitely this dude who was holding a leaf blower to blow my hair back, to look like there was wind. I was in the atmosphere, or I was in that environment where it was surreal, remember? I'm surrounded by water and wind and, you know. So to emit that feeling, they got this guy just holding a leaf blower and blowing it in my face. And honestly, I was already cold, I just told you guys, but that leaf blower, that extra wind made me extra cold. And I was like, okay, I can do this. You know, this coldness is only gonna last a few seconds, which it did. And then afterwards they would put the blanket back on me and a hot water bottle, and then if we needed to reshoot, we'd just do it again. But it was just very funny to see someone in front of you just blowing wind like this. They're just blowing wind. You just have to act like, oh, it's the wind. Great. But perks to him for working so hard and holding that leaf blower. As I said, it's my first time acting, and I had to do movements and acts like as if there was digital fashion pieces in the air. I could see them and I could feel them, and you know, that kind of like wow feeling. I had to evoke that kind of emotion. So yeah, it was very interesting for me to give it a try. I enjoyed it. I mean, of course, you know, room for improvement, but I really do thank the directors and their direction that they gave me, because without them I wouldn't have done like such a good job. And also you can see here, look at the dedication of our director of photography. Look at that squad, look at him go. So, you know, with this team, I was really impressed at how everyone was so passionate about their job, and actually there's literally a job for everything that happened in that shoot, you know, just even making sure that the product looked okay, and then like, and not just me, but like just of course the cameras, the lighting, the sound, and like the attention to detail for everything. It was just insane and just so professional, and everyone was so friendly, which was the highlight, because there was many people from different countries working in Bulgaria together, of course, and everyone got on really well, so it was just a really nice atmosphere to be in. So I want to shout out to the team for making the set so beautiful, and of course looking after me whilst I was there, because it was just all in all a wonderful experience. And I'm happy to present you guys the actual commercial.
Something that I can't explain. I wanna feel something good.
Bring what's in your mind out into the world. I'm so impressed by the actual production quality of it, and of course, yes, my first commercial, guys. I'm so stoked, honored, humbled. Like, I can't believe I'm in a commercial. I literally never expected myself to be in one, and now I am here. So, Mum, Dad, I've made it. Okay, enough with the cheesiness, but yeah, I really am thankful for this opportunity. And of course, not only do I get to create my own digital fashion, but also be able to, you know, be in a commercial and have a commercial created based off of my art and my design. Yeah, that is insane to me. So I want to thank you again, Dell, for looking after me and of course giving this opportunity to me. I really enjoyed, of course, the project, and I hope you guys enjoyed the animation that I created for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this was insightful for you guys to see how a commercial and how this photo shoot production works. And of course guys, I stream every Thursday on Twitch. If you guys want to see digital fashion process or see the creation or even just hang and chill out and just talk to me live, then you know where to go. And if you want to talk to me on Discord, I also have 2 Discords for you. The first one is 3D Wizards, which is an educational 3D server for anyone who is interested in 3D, want to get advice, want to share your work, want to talk to other 3D artists. That's where you need to go. And my other Discord is Imperial DigiRealm. So this one is a personal one where if you guys are interested in my Twitch streams and you want to hear the latest updates of my personal work or my latest projects, then this is where you need to be. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was insightful for you guys. I hope you guys learnt a few things about how commercial production works, and I will see you guys in the next video.